What's up everybody, G here, VP of Content, fitnessperformance.com. Here today for a review. Today we are looking at Core Nutritionals Zone. This is our new powdered nootropic product. Nootropics of course help with mental clarity, alertness, focus, all that jazz. And we enjoyed it, so we're gonna do a review on it, go to the profile, taste, mixability, value, and let you know if we liked it or not. Spoiler alert, we loved it. So yeah, let's go. Core with the rebranding really revamped their whole line, and they've been coming out with some really good products. Core Zone is no different, so let's get this ingredient profile started. First ingredient, we have 1 gram of acetyl-L-carnitine. This is a form of carnitine. This is my favorite form of carnitine, and I believe Ryan's as well. This form of carnitine can cross the blood-brain barrier very well. Besides having all the benefits of carnitine, you also get a nootropic aspect to it. So it can actually help with focus. And 1 gram dosed well, nice to see there. Next ingredient is my favorite nootropic ingredient. That is tyrosine at 1 gram. Tyrosine, precursor to dopamine. Dopamine is, of course, the feel-good hormone. And tyrosine has actually been shown in studies to help with focus under stress. So this is a very solid ingredient to go with. One of the first ingredients we recommend here to try out if you're looking for a nootropic or to make your own. But at 1 gram, it is dosed well. Next ingredient, we have taurine. Taurine helps with hydration, blood flow as well. Blood flow also plays a role with mental clarity. 1 gram dosed well, nice to see in here. Next ingredient is another very common ingredient in nootropics, that is choline. However, this is cytocholine. This is a very solid form of choline, one of the higher quality ones. This alpha GPC would have been fine too. However, cytocholine is my personal favorite form of choline, and 500 milligrams is dosed very well. Very happy they didn't just go with choline by tartrate. Following this, you get mucuna, 500 milligrams at a 50% standardization. Mucuna is a source of L-dopa, another precursor to dopamine. So good job there. Next up, we have Bacopa. Bacopa is a very common nootropic. You don't see it as much as you should, in our opinion. In my opinion, it's actually pretty underrated. There's actually a wealth of studies showing Bacopa to be very beneficial. Seriously, look it up. And these guys use a 50% standardization at 300 milligrams, so good job there. Next up, we have caffeine and hydrous, 150 milligrams. Caffeine is a very personal ingredient. What you get out of it is really gonna depend on your tolerance. 150 mg or 150 milligrams, that's about roughly around a Monster's worth. This is a very mild dose compared to many other pre-workouts or even some nootropics out there. This provided a solid boost in energy, just enough, not over the top. You don't want to take this, sit down to get some work done and be loaded full of energy. You want to take this to give you a boost that's not going to make you feel like you're crazy. That could also depend on your tolerance, however. So if 150 milligrams does not give you like a solid boost in energy and you feel like you need double that, then you may need to bring your caffeine tolerance down. Next up, we have neurofactor at 100 milligrams. This is another common ingredient you're gonna find in a lot of nootropics out there, even the energy drinks now. It is at the clinical dose, 100 milligrams. We have a whole, check out the written portion of this review. We have the whole study linked there. Either way, this ingredient from Futureceuticals is at the correct dosage, 100 milligrams, and we like the addition of it in here. Next up, we have huperzine A at 20 milligrams at a 1% standardization. Huperzine is an acetylcholine esterase inhibitor. That's the enzyme that breaks down acetylcholine in the brain. What that means is it just prevents choline from being broken down in the brain, to keep it simple. Acetylcholine is, of course, a neurotransmitter. So that's the idea behind it. It's dosed well in here. And of course, we get something that Core's actually been using. They use it in Fury, and now it's in Zone. That is pregnenolone. Pregnenolone is a neurosteroid, can certainly help with focus, some solid studies on it. Check out the written review for the studies on those. Either way, at 10 milligrams, it is dosed well in here. So overall, the profile is very impressive. Nothing we haven't seen, but nothing we don't like, and we can't really complain about any dosage in here. They also use high quality forms of ingredients and some nice trademarked ingredients, neurofactor for one, and we do like the use of cytocholine, great form of choline. So this is a great profile. Did it work? Let's find out. All right, so as for effectiveness, I'm gonna have to say this. I don't want to, I really don't want to, but I'm gonna have to. This puts you in the zone. Ryan liked this even more than I did, but I really enjoy this product myself. Core Zone, it's great for sitting around and being productive. It puts you in that mood to get shit done. If you have a really important task to get done at work, this will be your best friend. If you have a huge project too, if you need to write a 10-page paper by the morning, this is a great product to go with. It really can put you in a zone where you just really sit down, put your head down and get something done. As for gaming, we're gonna get this question. It's becoming more popular. It helps there as well. Maybe not the best for that specific aspect. It might be a little bit too strong for that. However, it still does deliver there as well. Core is very versatile. We use it before a workout, we use it in the morning, we use it when we really need to get stuff done, use it for video games, and it fits almost every situation perfectly. Take a pre-workout, stack it with a pump product, you have a very solid pre-workout right there. So overall, Zone certainly does deliver. This is easily one of our favorite nootropics, or powdered nootropics at least, on the market. So overall, Core Zone does deliver in effectiveness. And what we really, really like about it, it really does put you, it stays true to the name, so to speak. It really puts you in the zone. If you really need to get something done, this is the one to go with. So profile, check. Effectiveness, check. How about the taste? So for taste, we had both the Arnold Palmer as well as the sour candy. That's one I'm holding, and both are delicious. Both stay true to their names. Both are kind of like exactly what you'd expect out of them. The sour candy is actually not too sour. It's actually very slightly sour, but still very enjoyable. Even though it's a candy flavor, it's actually very refreshing as well. Obviously, this can depend on how much water you use, but even at lower amounts of water, it's still refreshing, which I prefer. It's not overly flavored, not overly sweet. It's flavored just right. Very enjoyable. Arnold Palmer is great as well. Iced tea lemonade. It's very hard to do a lemonade, or not a lemonade, an iced tea flavor, I find. I haven't found one that I really fall in love with. Core did it very well, and I think I have fallen in love with that one. Ryan has as well. With that said, taste is great. You cannot go wrong with either. Let's get into the mixability right now. Okay, now we get into the mixability. Core Zone mixes very well. There's very little sediment, no chalkiness to it. You're gonna see me close the lid and start shaking it up right there. And as I shake, I'm just gonna let you know that this stuff mixes well. Any foaminess that you might experience from it goes away very quickly, and you know, it's just mixes well. There's not really much to say here. Doesn't really matter how much water you use. We use the recommended amount of water in here in this video. As you see, I'm going to pour it out, showing you, and it just mixes well worth grabbing. Let's move on to value. So you can get this for around $40 directly from the website. $39.50 is the actual price. Coupon code INFORMANT saves you 20% off. That brings it down, but you're looking at roughly $2 per serving, just barely under that without the code. So at a glance, that seems pretty high. However, you have to also consider this is a very well-rounded profile, uses some high-quality ingredients, and a lot of people have no problem buying energy drinks for like what, $2, $3 a can, which just provide, you know, carbonated caffeine in a sense, and they justify that by saying it makes them productive. This is cheaper than that. Coupon code INFORMANT saves you 20% off once again, so much cheaper than that, and it delivers even more benefits than your typical energy drink. The taste is great as well, so we find the value very fair for such a profile. It is worth grabbing. It's worth stocking up on, in our opinion, at that price. So with that said, if you want a replacement for an energy drink, something that's always with you, this is certainly a good one to go with. So overall, I have to say I don't want to. Core crushed Core Zone. This really puts you in the zone. It really, you know, if you really need to get something done, this stuff works. The profile is great. The mixability and taste are great. The value is solid as well. This is a nootropic that it's not even just a try once. This is actually worth stocking up on, in our opinion. But certainly try it once and you'll probably fall in love with it just like we have. For more info, links and studies, be sure to check out the website. Follow us on Instagram, follow us on YouTube, follow us on Facebook, like this video, let's go.